And I'd like to welcome particularly the guests who are from the roofing community. So if you are from the roofing community, give us raise your hand so we can kind of see who's in here from the roofing community. I see all right, great, a bunch of you, Jeff, and I can't read the names at this point, but welcome. This really is for you and for all who invited you here this evening. As Jim mentioned, I've been in the industry now for about 11 years. I've been in energy for 25 years. And I really believe what we're going to talk about tonight when it comes to the roofing industry is the next big shift for solar. I'm hopeful that Powur is going to become a massive public company, and I believe roofing is going to be one of the major verticals within this platform. So let's talk about Powur first. We're going to walk you through some of the things that are really important, who we are, the model that we're going to share with you this evening, the solutions that we have for the industry, and then if you like what you hear, we'll walk you through how to enroll and join us in this movement. There's 3 videos we're going to share this evening. The first is really, what are we all about? Who is Powur? What's the culture? Why are we here? And you're going to get to hear from Jim Bunch, again, our amazing leader and VP of Culture and Development in the field, and Mr. Jonathan Budd, our CEO, and the journey that they went through just about a decade ago and where it has led us today. So let's start with that video, and I'll be right back to recap.
From the beginning, Powur has always been about how do we solve the biggest challenges facing our planet, and how do we help people create a rewarding, abundant, meaningful income and livelihood through participating. And the reason why that's at the heart of our company is because that's what I needed. That's what I was searching for.
Have fun, my friends. We'll see ya.
I get a call from Jim Bunch, and he says, hey, I'm going to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance. I think you should come down here with us. And I'm just like, sure, I'll just up and go to the Amazon rainforest next week. Not many people are gonna say yes to that invitation, but I felt that I had to be there. I knew I was at a turning point in my life. I was looking for something more.
We are trudging through the rainforest right now. We have 2 guides, Ashwar guides, who are completely native. Their culture has been living in this forest for thousands of years. They just made contact with the outside world only to really form an alliance to protect this rainforest from oil companies and mining companies and companies that literally will come in and just turn all of this into a desert. There they are. Keep your wings down there.
But it was during one of the initiations that I had the vision for Powur.
The journey continues, my friends. Continues.
In the middle of the Amazon, there's drumming and singing and chanting and all this going on, and I hear this voice say, you are meant to go back and start the first crowdsourcing platform for solar energy. It was clear as day. And that's when I knew. I knew what my life purpose was. From that point forward, I knew what I had to do. It was a vision that literally came from that forest.
Being in the rainforest, there are many lessons that Jonathan and I got down there that we brought back to the company. And I remember for myself, one of the things that was crystal clear was how connected everything is. And what we do makes a huge impact. When you hire and you recruit and you train and deploy people based on what they value most, you create a synergy that's incredible. When you align those values with a clear mission and a clear vision, you create synergy.
The vision of Powur is to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide. Our mission, and I want you to take this in, because when you join us, this is going to become your mission too, and I want it to be real for you, and I want you to be excited about it. Our mission is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And the way that we're going to do that is through decentralization. It's not about having one giant utility or one giant company anymore. It's really about creating platforms that empower the crowd to participate in everything. And the way that we're going to install millions of solar panels on homes every year as one community, as one company, as one platform, is through a crowdsourced model. If we build a platform that allows the crowd to do it, that allows the entire ecosystem of solar to participate, then we can reach the kind of scale that at Powur we dream about, that we're focused on, and that we are going to achieve. And this is your invitation to join us.
That video and the ending statement, Buckminster Fuller, really the founder of renewable energy as we know it today, such a critical statement that Buckminster makes, and that is, don't just try to join the existing technologies, reinvent it. Build a model that makes the old model obsolete. That is exactly what Powur has done. They have changed this industry in just a few short years, as you'll get to see more on the economic model here in a moment. But this is really the key to our success. Now, I want to acknowledge while we're here, this is one of the larger Monday night events we've had. And it's really interesting to see people from Massachusetts and Patriots fans. You're here even in light of that. So thank you for being here. And those who are still listening without your cameras on, put those cameras on. We want to be able to see you as we get this event going. So with that, what I really want to walk you through now is how Powur did that. Exactly what Powur did is they believe that the individual solar seller, you, me, those who are out there meeting with homeowners in person, they're the ones who are making the biggest shift. They face the biggest challenges in the industry. So you deserve the greatest benefit. And that's not just a statement. It truly is the culture of the company. The company is built to make this platform better for you. I have the fortunate opportunity to sit through a lot of the executive meetings that we have, and every time I walk out of there, I see exactly what that means. And it means exactly what it says. We are here to help you. You are the most important person in the company, or else none of the rest of this would even exist. How they did that is by rewarding you better than any company in this industry has done so today. So let me start that video and I'll come back and recap.
When we started Powur, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most. And that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of two pathways. An outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology, and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world. Not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought, millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate. The old way was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is, and that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions, and they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Powur model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Powur way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, 0 out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy, so they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods.
So if you are a solar sales professional at literally any other solar company in the world except for Powur, this is how it works for you. You get a price to go sell solar at, call it your red line. And your company might say, okay, this is your price and anything you sell over here, you get to keep. And then the company, you don't have any idea what their margins are, by the way, but the company gets to keep everything underneath that price, and you get to keep whatever is over that price. And that's how every single solar company in the world works, except for Powur. Powur is the only company in the world that offers a transparent cost of goods business model. What this means is that we give you, as a selling price, the actual cost of goods to install that system. Whatever it costs, we look at the labor, we look at the construction, we look at the equipment, we look at the permit fees, just the fixed cost of goods to install that system. That is your selling price. So when you sell a project with Powur, you get the cost of goods as your selling price, and then whatever the profit is, you keep 70% and Powur keeps 30%.
You compare that to the traditional company who would pay $2,000 to $3,000. Powur pays over $7,000 on average, and that is over double what most traditional companies pay. You can sell in all of the states in which we have coverage, and all of that is managed for you through the back office in Powur. They also handle the accounting, all of the operations, everything that's necessary, and then pay you for every single deal, every single day.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Powur solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back, all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer. And once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time. That should really give you some perspective. But tonight we're talking about the roofing industry. You might be saying, how does all this apply to the roofing industry? Your next speaker, Janice, is going to really take a deeper dive on this. But what I'd kind of plant the seed in that this is a way for you to add an additional layer of revenue on top of what you're already doing without taking away from what you're doing and having access to a fully transparent cost of goods. There's 4 types of compensation within this model. The first is just that, the cost of goods. And that's really the commission, if you will, that you receive on every project. You sell the project, you get the base cost of goods, it's fully transparently displayed to you, you sell it at whatever margin you want to sell it at. Powur does not control that, you do, and you keep 70% of that revenue. The best compensation I've seen in the industry in the 11 years that I've been in. But that's just the one type of compensation. I mentioned that there's 4. The next, especially if you're just getting started in solar, whether you're a roofer or whomever you are, you have access to the best seasoned sales professionals who can mentor you through the process. Think about that. If you got into any industry when you first get in, if you could tap into the best of the best, you'd probably pay for that. What's beautiful about this is you don't pay for it. You actually earn while you learn. And what Powur does is they split the commission 50-50 between you and the person who's mentoring you. That's the best possible way to be learning, and you're picking up valuable skills. You're tapping into the brain trust that's there. And then, if you want that to become a career pathway within the platform, you have the ability to do that. So you can advance your way to become a mentor on the platform by hitting the basic milestones that are made available for you to be able to do that. As a roofer, this is something that you can also use to mentor your existing sales force. You can leverage the closer network. You can leverage every aspect of the platform and earn while you learn, creating a career pathway for you and anyone in your company. The third form of income is really the first that I've seen in the solar industry, and it's really where you create passive income. So set aside the 70%. We know that we receive 70% of whatever that margin is. Powur keeps 30%, but they don't actually keep 30%. They put half of that back into a dynamic compensation/revenue share plan, which allows you to build a team. Small, medium, large, you can build an organization if you want. There's many people in the company who've built strong, significant mid to upper mid 6-figure passive incomes in just a few short years. So Powur operates on really 15%, and they're profitable. If you think about this industry, I'll talk about the value of stock and those type things here in just a few minutes. I've never seen a company to be able to work on such a small margin and be profitable. The reason they are is that they reward you. They reward the person who's doing the most important job in the industry. And then that ties into the 4th form of income, and that is where you can get equity in a company. If you ever work for a company that says go out and sell, get something installed, and you're going to have ownership in the company. That's what Powur does. On your first installation, you'll receive 25 stock options. Talk about potential value of that. You refer someone to the platform. Maybe that's somebody in your team currently in the roofing world. They receive 12. You receive 20. You receive 12. They receive 25. So they're going to get the compensation reward, and then you're going to override that because you referred them to work the platform. And then the beautiful thing is you just set some basic minimum performance goals, 25 installs in your first 2-year anniversary. That's 250 options, 50 installs in that same period of time, 1,250 options. And since you're with Powur, before Powur goes public, you'll have the ability to purchase discounted options at the time Powur does go public. What does all that mean? Having been in the industry for over a decade, having run two of the nation's largest solar sales organizations, a $14 billion company, a $17 billion company, and consulted with another $6 billion company, not one of those was able to scale a solar organization and be profitable at the same time. Powur has done that. Powur has proven to have millions of dollars in the bank, even in so much in these very difficult times that we're in, to be able to buy and stockpile inventory to protect each of us when that supply chain issue starts to hit us even harder than it's already hitting us today. And the beauty of you anybody in this industry, but particularly from the roofing side, think about that. All you do is plug into a platform. You do what you do best. You sell. Let Powur handle everything else from there. Lay that revenue on top of what you're doing and enjoy those extra benefits. Now, I can say all that, but if we didn't have the solutions that you need to actually do it, then it would all be in vain. That's exactly what Powur has as well. Live daily training, you have coaching that you can go through, an onboarding platform that only takes you about an hour and a half to 2 hours of your time to learn exactly how to leverage the platform. And then again, you tap into the network. Really, in the first few times that you work, you get an electric bill, you submit it into the platform, and you tag it. We call get it, submit it, tag it. That's all you have to learn initially, so don't feel you have to be overwhelmed with training. But if you want training over and above that, there's 600 plus hours of training videos that we've accumulated and built over the last 2 years, and the onboarding is really the beginning of that. Beyond that, you've got every tool that you need to be able to build your business. Then you have these types of incredible events. And you're going to hear, I think at the end of the event, what's coming up this Wednesday. And if you're already in Powur, or if you're looking to get in Powur, you want to be here on Wednesday. It is going to be a game-changing training that we're going to dive into the things that are going to set you up for success, prevent any costly chargebacks, and also show you how to make more and more profit on your deals. And it's a training that I'm super excited about. Having been in the industry for as long as I have, I've never seen a company take on one of the biggest challenges, and we're going to be addressing that here on Wednesday. It's just one of the mind-blowing types of trainings that we have. You can sell in all of the markets that are shaded in blue, and there's a massive expansion plan in place for Q1 and Q2 of next year. But those are the markets that really make the most sense today, where the value proposition for the homeowner is really attractive. And Janice is going to show you how to tie those two together. When you put roofing and solar into the same contract, what an incredible value proposition. The last thing that I'm going to do here is share a video with you of several of our consultants who have leveraged this platform to show you the real value that you have and put faces to that. So this video will last about 4 minutes, and then I'll come back up, we'll recap, and we will introduce our next speaker. Here we go.
My name is Melissa Dawson. I travel around meeting people and selling solar and coaching people how to sell solar with Powur.
My name is Jonathan Bernasso, and I'm a full-time solar consultant.
My name is JC Rangel, and I am a sales consultant with Powur Energy.
My name is Charles Thompson. I am a field leader with Powur.
I'm Chris Chibongo. When I was exposed to what Powur did, I was just blown away.
Yo soy María Salazar. Hace 25 años llegué a este país, como llegamos la mayoría de las personas, buscando el famoso sueño americano.
My name is Edgardo Gonzalez. I'm from Puerto Rico. It's been a great journey, working full-time in the solar industry.
The reason I decided to join Powur is because I saw the online platform and the 4 unique ways of earning.
Powur's vastly different than any solar company in the industry. What Powur has done is they've changed the way this industry looks at the most important person in the company, the consultant, the person who's representing the company to the homeowner.
I knew nothing about solar when I got started, nothing. But that wasn't an excuse. So the company has all of the resources, all of the trainings available, and if somebody really wants to go out there and learn the business, they can, and I'm a perfect example of it.
Extreme powerful training in sales, powerful training in solar, and then powerful training in mindset. Sales is over 90% mindset.
At the beginning, we were referring people to Solar City. We were making around $200, $500 per deal. And can you imagine, right now we make an average of $7,000 to $9,000 per deal. You could be good, but it's the vehicle. And Powur is the best vehicle you can find in the solar industry to do this, to achieve this.
And what a service that we provide. We provide solar, renewable, contributing to the evolvement of the planet, contributing to, in terms of legacy, to our kids' kids. And Powur is, we only still at the beginning.
I like to be a part of businesses that have a future. I believe that for the next 2 decades, renewable energy, the solar industry is the industry to be in. Not only that, to me, solar is not really a sales pitch. Frankly, it's more like an IQ test. We could take a customer and cut their bill in half with zero out of pocket, and that bill will never go up. Why would you not do that?
Sino de que estamos cuidando nuestra ciudad, nuestro planeta y nuestras futuras generaciones. Yo siempre a mis clientes les digo, mira, no es tanto el ahorro que tú vas a tener en el momento, sino ayudar a nuestras futuras generaciones.
The parts that I love the most about what I do with Powur is I get the ability to help others. That begins with helping people who have never sold solar before learn how to sell solar and how to change their life. Then what we do is help homeowners take control of their energy bill, lock that cost of the energy in, save anywhere from 5 to 40% on their energy bill every single month.
The solar installation is probably the most rewarding part. The homeowner's excited, and at that moment when you flip the switch on, no longer are you having to rely on your utility company. You're creating your own power and taking control back from the utility.
For me, it's about making an impact. We're on this planet for a small amount of time, so we need to be doing something bigger and better to help humanity.
Powur gives me the freedom to spend more time with my family. Powur gives me the freedom to work from home.
What surprised me about working with Powur is the culture and family that we have, where we have friends and family and teammates and mentors. We're all helping each other with this model. That is just something that I really feel and I didn't expect to have.
Powur ha cambiado mi vida de una manera increíble. Una de las cosas muy importantes que aquí podemos tener libertad financiera.
I work on my own terms, and that's what you do when you're in Powur.
I'm just so grateful that Powur came into my life, and to know that I can take my power back to be me and to leave a legacy for this world that I did something good for it.
If you have been looking, stop looking. Make this your home and taste it for yourself. My mission is to help as many people as possible find that freedom. I'm honored to do it through the platform of Powur.
This is the movement, this is the culture, this is the company. We welcome you. Join us. Such a great testimonial from so many incredible people within the Powur movement. And I'm honored to work with such a tremendous community. I just came back from a road trip in Dallas, and we had about 135 people at a local event that we did there. Sometimes they go up to 200, 300. This is what's wonderful about what we do. So we hope to be able to see more of you in the future in the actual field. That's something we may talk about here in the next couple of months. But it's just great to see some of our leaders on the Zoom here tonight. So thank you for being here. Recap here is to look at exactly what we do from here. I want to recap the types of income, that 70-30 split that you heard. You keep 70% of whatever that net revenue is. Powur keeps 30. You get mentorship income capabilities, plus you get the mentorship to ramp up your business so you earn while you learn. You get revenue sharing, which I've not seen in this industry ever. It allows you to build passive income and really create the freedom. You hear a lot of people using the term freedom and equity ownership in the company. Each and every person who's on this Zoom tonight and have been all the different trainings are owners in this platform after they get one install. And that is unheard of in our game. And I think it's more important that is equity that actually has long-term real value. Now, in any business that you put together, there are costs associated with it, just the business licensing of itself. What's beautiful about Powur is they handle all of the licensing. All you have to do is enroll into the platform, go through the initial onboarding, and you leverage Powur's licenses. You don't have to have a license. There's a couple of states that require you to do background checks, but aside from that, everything is covered by Powur, including some of the costs that are being mentioned by someone on the Zoom here, which I'll talk about. But your costs are $99 to get onto the platform. That gets you through all your onboarding, your initial training, and then we all pay $49 a month to access the technology. What does that technology get you? Well, that $35 fees that you're talking about there, Powur covers all that. You don't cover any of that. Powur covers the cost of all your proposals. When I had my company, I was paying $200 a month just to have the license for the design tools, and anywhere from $20 to $30 per completed design. In Powur, you don't pay any of that. What's beautiful is that's all covered through the monthly technology costs. Spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per month developing a tool that's getting better and better for each and every single one of us. To me, I look at it as a business in a box. It's really what it was. When I had my own company, and many people here probably have, not only did I have to have licenses, but insurance, all the overhead, facilities, you name it, trucks. Powur takes care of all that as part of the license that you have. And if you desire to really take a deeper dive, which I highly encourage you to do, the virtual training within the platform, because that's what Powur is a platform. That virtual training gives you access to much deeper content, such as what I talked about this coming Wednesday, an incredible training that's going to come your way. Now, somebody in here also posted a link. You can join here. What you want to do is you want to get back to the person who referred you to the platform. That's where you go to. They'll have their own special link that drives your activity directly to them. They'll help get you through the transition, get you onboarded, and set you up for success. You dance with the one who brought you to this platform. That's what it's all about. Well, speaking about bringing people to the platform, I was blessed, I don't know what, a little over a year and a half ago, I think, that this incredible woman was brought into my world, came to my home, because at that time we weren't doing any live events. It was the very beginning stages of COVID, so we're doing small kind of meetups. And she came in, I met her in the mid-morning. I had that event planned for the evening. I invited her back. And she said, well, I'll just be a fly on the wall. I'll just be there and I'll kind of listen to what's happening. And within 10 minutes of the meeting starting, she was up on the whiteboard doing her thing. So that's just the kind of person she is. She's become a dear friend of mine and my wife's. And not only that, she officiated our wedding on this stage on September 11th of this year. That's Powur building a community is something that I'm truly honored to do. And I'm even more honored by what she's done. She shifted her career from an industry that you're going to hear that story to what she's doing in Powur, and now coming back and giving back to us the wisdom, the knowledge that she has about how the roofing community can partner in the right way. So in the meantime, get back to whoever sent you, and I would like to welcome to the stage Miss Janice Vaughn. Janice.
Thank you. So this is a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit exciting, more exciting than nerve-wracking. So I hope that you all get value about the insights that I have into the roofing industry. It's an honor to be here on this stage, to see a lot of faces that I know, so many that I don't know. So that is super exciting. Charles mentioned, if you are a roofer here tonight, if you're a roofing business owner or a sales professional, I'm just really excited to be here and talk to you about some of the things that I've experienced in roofing and how that can translate into making your business better when you add solar. So again, at the end of, maybe this will be 12, 15 minutes, we'll see how it goes. If you're a roofer, I want you to understand that you truly have a market advantage in this industry. I've experienced it, you can experience it, and I want to talk to you more about that. There is no reason at all today, with Powur being here, for you to not capitalize on the transition to renewables, which you just saw is sweeping across the country. And that you really don't let solar revenue slip through your fingers to a competitor. There's no reason for it. And for the Powur consultants who are already onboarded and understand the value here, I just hope that you have a better understanding of what the story is to tell roofers, the people that you may have not thought of approaching, or maybe they've been in your circle, but you're not sure what that story is, that you really can reach out to them with a better understanding of the value. So I want to address the elephant in this virtual room right now, which is why am I talking about roofing? I've been told that maybe I don't look like the normal roofer. I'm not sure what that means, but I did find out a fun fact when I was preparing that in the roofing industry in the US, there's less than 1% women. But I was very, very lucky to start my career in solar in roofing. And I have been there, guys. I've been on the roofs, up and down ladders, crawling through attics. I've been there for the surprises of when, you've torn off a roof and you're not really sure, wow, this is a little bit different than what I thought. So I've experienced it all, and I've experienced the competition in roofing. I've sat across from homeowners, hundreds and hundreds of homeowners here in Southern California, where there's a half a dozen, if not more, proposals in front of me. And I'm thinking, how do I compete here? We're all essentially offering the same thing. How am I differentiating between all of these other proposals? So I was lucky, as Charles said, to come in contact with Powur in 2020, and it really changed the direction of where I was going in roofing and solar. So I want to talk about a few things. The first is big picture roofing, what's going on, why it's important enough that we're here talking about it tonight. Secondly, if you are a roofing sales professional, as I was, that I give you a few real-life examples of what your life looks like in terms of income in being able to offer just a roof and then offering a roof and solar. And then if you're a business owner, I certainly understand the nuances of, there are different things to consider, but what the value is of equipping your team of salespeople who already understand roofing with the ability to add solar. And then, again, for the Powur Consultants to really just understand the story and share it. So big picture, roofing in the United States is healthy, right? In terms of market share and as measured by revenue, you're talking about a $52 billion industry. It's been consistently growing year after year, 2% for the last 5-6 years. Last year, even more so, 4% increase. It's healthy. It's increasing faster than the U.S. economy overall, and definitely in line with construction, residential construction, which is, of course, driving this a little bit. There's a very favorable lending environment right now. It makes homeownership affordable across the country. Low interest rates have meant an increase in refinances and the opportunity for homeowners who may have been delaying upgrading their home or doing a new roof. Suddenly they're doing it, upgrading and reinvesting. And then depending on the material, if you are new or are not versed in roofing at all, you generally find that between 15 and 25 years, a roof has to be replaced. And the 7% of all homes across the U.S. experience a re-roof each year. So it's healthy, it's growing, it's booming. There are challenges in relation to that, and the biggest really is competition. So it's a highly competitive industry. There's over 100,000 individual companies in the U.S. Less than 5% is made up of the top 4 companies combined, if that gives you perspective of the level of competition. I've experienced this individually as a roofing professional, what the level of competition really is. It's the primary concern of roofers and roofing companies across the board in surveys, competition, lowball pricing, and bidding wars. So competition is a concern. And what this means for a roofing professional or a business owner is that you suddenly seem faced with the two choices of, the choice of, do I lower margin here and lower price to get this deal, this job, this business, this revenue, or what do I do? So what I'm suggesting today and what this platform offers is that you have better choices than just lowering price. So what if you could increase your closing ratio, your volume of business without lowering that price and without lowering margin? And what if you could offer something to your potential clients that actually differentiated you from the pack truly? And what if what you offered allowed you to sell more roofs? Not just more solar, not solar, but more roofs. So my suggestion to you today, and this is important to understand, is that I believe, and I think what we've talked about earlier today, is that homeowners are going to look at solar with or without you. Eventually, they're going to look at it. So as a roofer, there is no reason to let that business go to a competitor or to someone else. So this is a general example, real life, 2 scenarios from a homeowner point of view. So this homeowner needed a new roof, ended up being about $15,000. Of course, they still have a utility bill. You're the roofing sales professional there. You can offer them a new roof, finance it somewhere around $125 a month, or they can come out of pocket. They still have that utility bill. And ultimately, they have a nice new roof. You've done it. You've offered great customer service, and you've also increased their yearly bills by about $1,500. Alternatively, in combining it with solar, you potentially decrease their bills with better financing at about $210 a month. You are able to provide the roof and solar. You decrease their bills, and the best part is you save them about $94,000 over 24 years, or 25 years. Furthermore, the commission, I don't know that I can go back to that, but goes from about $1,500 from the sales point of view, and I've been there, to offering just a roof, to suddenly about $8,000 when you can combine the two. So for the homeowner, they've been given better financing. They've reduced their monthly expenses. They're adding value to their property. They have added an asset to their home that is providing them unbelievable control, predictability, and stability over time. And depending where you are in the country, I understand this is one example over many states, the immediate and long-term savings will be affected by the utility pricing in that area, and then, of course, some variations within each market. But it is very reasonable to suggest that it is adding value overall. So with roofing company owners, I want to stop here a little bit because I do talk to many across the country, and I'm usually faced with the same initial concern. So I want to just stress, whatever the concern is that you have, your competitors are thinking about this. They're talking about it. They're exploring ways to go about adding solar. The biggest question that I hear, of course, is always, we like the idea of solar, but how do I integrate it into my existing operations without sacrificing what I've already built, without sacrificing time, without diluting my team's productivity overall, and just compromising existing quality? Now, if you are a roofing company or a business owner who's been considering this, I would suggest to you that Powur is the answer to that. I believe Powur is a $1 billion company, or becoming a $1 billion company with a $100 million roofing division. And it's happening. If you are seeking to add solar to your operations, or to your existing operations without capital risk and without a big learning curve, this is the answer. What do you think happens, as you just saw, when your sales team has an existing or has an increase in number of closes? They make more commissions. What do you think that does to your employee retention or your sales force retention? When you're adding homeowner value, what does that do to customer loyalty, to take the time to offer and share these things? What does it do to referrals and your overall revenue? And ultimately, you can sell more roofs in the process. So for the Powur consultants watching, I hope this paints a picture for you of why it really is valuable to reach out to roofers that you know, Powur offers training in how to network, but of course, social media posts in your BNI groups, reaching out directly. The big picture of however you want to reach out is just simply this. Roofing is extremely competitive. Smart business owners are looking for that differentiator. Competition's at an all-time high. And really, Powur offers the chance to incorporate solar without capital risk and without a learning curve. So, in conclusion, if you are a business owner, if you are a roofing sales professional, it really comes down to this. You've put in the effort to be in the home. You've spent the marketing budget, or you've built the trust. You've done the inspections. You were there. You were offering this value of a new roof. There's no reason to let the solar revenue go to someone else. And to be candid, it's happening with or without you. So in choosing Powur, your clients when we talk about sacrificing time, quality service, you can be confident that your clients, your roofing clients, will receive the finest design, equipment, financing, installation, and warranties. And this truly is a platform that allows you to add solar without any inherent capital risk and without that learning curve. And ultimately sell more roofs. And so I hope that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, Janice. Amazing.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Amazing.
Give her a
Amazing.
hand, everybody. Janice Bond, lighting it up in the roofing industry. First time out here. Did you have fun?
It was very fun.
Very
I like
fun.
all these faces.
It's amazing, isn't it? Well, Charles, anything you want to say as we...
Yeah, a couple of questions about replays, that type of thing. That'll all be in your newsletter, so you make sure you get a copy of that. But I just want to give you a huge congratulations. I know it's such an experience being up here in front of a beautiful group of people. So thank you. Shared some amazing nuggets. I will rewatch that, make sure I get those notes and build my business around that. So thank you, Janice.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Nice job.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I'd love to just take a moment real quick and type into the chat one insight or aha you had. Janice laid down some wisdom from all her years of being in the roofing industry and now adding solar to her portfolio, to her skill set. And as you can tell, as we all learn about these new emerging markets, as we learn who's coming onto our platform, right? So initially we had a lot of entrepreneurs who came on. Now we're seeing roofers. We're seeing solar professionals. We're seeing solar organizations. We're seeing real estate agents. We're seeing people who are inside the home services industry. And we're seeing a lot of people who, as I mentioned in the beginning, are part of the great resignation that are saying now is the time for me to transform my life, to do something new for my family, my community, my planet, and to make an impact in the world. And so that's what we're super excited about. Janice getting some awesome kudos here on this. For those of you who are brand new, again, we want to welcome you. If this is the first time you've been introduced to Powur, congratulations. Everybody who's here, who's been around for a minute, they had their first time. They accepted that invitation. They did their due diligence, and they said, this is the opportunity for me to make a huge impact and an incredible income. For many of you, it'll be life-changing. So, as I promised in the beginning, we do have a raffle that we're going to do for everybody who had their camera on, and it was handed to me backstage. You a gift card for Audible or Amazon for you to get the book called The New Platform Revolution. And I've shared that with our team here. It's an incredible book about how technology platforms are disrupting the way the world is working and how business is happening. So I highly recommend everybody get a copy of that. Dive into it. It'll help you understand not only why we're going to be $1 billion company soon, but a company that is disrupting not only the clean energy grid, but many other industries. So on behalf of Charles, Janice, myself, and the rest of the Powur team, this is Jim Bunch saying, till we connect again, have fun, and remember, it's your choice to create your ultimate life. Game on.